Out to hate, see you in South Beach. There is another #1 ranked team in the state of Indiana. The IU Hoosiers hold the top spot in men's basketball for the first time in 20 years. That makes them this week's headline. Last time Indiana was #1, this guy was the coach. Bobby Knight's 29-year reign was all titles and turmoil and ended ugly in 2000. The program rode a roller coaster that ended in sanctions in 08. Enter Tom Crean. His first season, 6-25, the worst in school history, but he has risen from those ashes and brought this basketball-crazed state with him. And joining me right now from Bloomington, Indiana, is the head basketball coach there, Tom Crean. Tom, great to have you on the show. How are you?
I'm great, Jim. It's good to be with you. Thank you.
Good to have you. All right, so you smacked North Carolina. Your forward, Will Sheehy, called it, quote, a huge statement. Is that how you see it, and what message did that send the rest of the country?
Well, I don't know what it sent the country. The message that our team wanted to send is that they can really defend. We knew we were playing a great team. We knew we were playing a transition team, a tremendous rebounding team. They were averaging 18 offensive rebounds a game, so we were going to have to be great on the glass. I think it sent the message that our guys take defense very serious at a high level.
All right, so you're top ranked right now. Most coaches would say it doesn't matter if you're #1 in November or December, but considering the program that you inherited and that you were 6-25 not long ago, what does that top ranking mean to you?
Oh, it means a lot personally, but it means a lot because I think it means so much to so many people because of the way they have stuck with us. I mean, we had great crowds and great energy and support when we were trying to get those 6 wins. And it's just continued so much more to the point where we went from about 4,000 student tickets our first year it had to be capped off in early August at 12,400 this year. So I don't think those things happen without great energy, without great anticipation, without a lot of people biding their time, waiting for this time to come.
You know, Tom, everybody likes the older players, the upperclassmen, but nobody wins without talent. So as you go through this thing, how do you approach recruiting one-and-doners?
Well, I think, to me, it's part of the deal. And as long as they come in, they have to unpack their bags. I know that sounds like a corny statement, and I'm stealing it from one of Mike Krzyzewski's books one time where he talked about Carlos Boozer had to keep his bags unpacked. And I think that's exactly what's got to happen when somebody comes into the program. You got to unpack the bags and get into it. If you're not into the team, if you're not into education, if you're not into school, it's going to catch up with you and you're going to lose games. Now, if you come in and you're about the team and you're about improvement and you're about doing your very best in school and you leave after 1 year, 2 years, so be it. That's fine.
Morehead State coach Sean Woods got into his player. He crossed the line. I want your thoughts. As you saw that, what were you thinking?
Well, first off, I thought he got, I think too many people took shots at him. And as a coach, I'm not trying to defend what happened, but I wasn't there. And really outside of the team, outside of that assistant coach that was in the mix with it, outside of Sean, they're the only ones that really know what was said, what transpired, what happened in practice. Does that condone it? No. But I mean, I think it's so easy to just verbally beat people up when we don't understand what happened. Now, is he apologized? Was he suspended and disciplined? Absolutely. Does it condone it? No. But I think people just have to let that stuff play out and know that mistakes are going to be made. Let the apologies come and let's move on.
Yeah, there's a line, certainly. Where is the line when it comes to coaching guys up, coaching guys hard, and trying to get as much as you possibly can out of them? Where exactly is the line?
I don't know. I think it's different. I think there's an intensity level. There's an energy level. I think you want to stay away from negative energy as much as possible. But there's going to be some negative energy, and it should come from the coach. It shouldn't come from anybody else. But I do think you've got to help people get out of themselves, be about a team, understand that there's a place that they can go, and they may not always want to get there, and they may not know how to get there. And that's part of it. I think the more that you make it personal without absolutely trying to personalize the message, and I've learned some of this from having some friends, and one that Tony La Russa, to me, it was one of the masters of the message. And I've spent time around him where you just get a different perspective. And my brother-in-laws are the same way. I think they personalize the message without making it negative personally. And sometimes it's going to seem negative, but it's for that individual. And I think you've got to make sure that's the line. Okay, that's the line. Let's not make it so personal. And I know in the past I've made those mistakes of being too personal, but you grow through that, and you just want to try to help people be the absolute best they can be and help them see how to get there.
You know, one last thought. You mentioned La Russa. Let me drop another name for you, the Harbaughs. Of course, you married Jim and John Harbaugh's sister,
I got
Joni.
the best Harbaugh. I got the best one.
You got the best one. You did real well for yourself. Let me ask you about Jim really quickly. I mean, I would imagine once or twice a year the whole family comes together. Jim is so relentless, so intense, so competitive. Does he ever unplug and just unwind when he's with the family? What's he like then?
Oh, absolutely. He came up here right after the playoff game. So he was here for the Super Bowl, and he got here, I believe, on a Tuesday. And we were in Michigan. And he kind of just hung out on that couch. I mean, he decompressed at our house. I've never seen him more exhausted. And he still had great energy. In fact, he gave a speech, and John gave a speech to our team on a Thursday. We'd played Michigan on a Wednesday night. We weren't tough enough in the game. We lost the game. We're getting ready to play a great rival in Purdue on Saturday. And Jim and John gave straight locker room talk. I mean, it was straight out of the locker room. It was so incredible. And there's not a doubt in my mind that it helped our team for the rest of the season, because those guys gave a different message, but they gave it from the heart. And so Jim was wound up. So he doesn't turn it off in that sense, but I think every once in a while he knows how to decompress.
Real talk is good. Indiana is back there, top ranked. Tom, great to get caught up with you, and I appreciate that visit. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jim.
Still to come. Last week, Aaron Rodgers said Tom Selleck helped inspire his Movember stash. So, what has bad